Hey, what's up, Facebook world? It's been a while since I did a Facebook Live, and I'm not a big Facebook Live kind of guy. I like to do conference calls. I'm a telephone hustler, not so much of a Facebook Live kind of guy. I get a little nervous, but I only do a Facebook Live when I feel like there's something that I really want to share. And today I get the opportunity to really share something that hit me. And there's a few things, like I'm going to be referencing quite a few things here, because this is obviously, it's not stuff that I made up. It's stuff that I just have learned from other people, from great mentors and stuff. And so I think that this is going to be something that really will apply to whatever company you're in, network marketing, outside of network marketing. If you're trying to better a marriage, trying to better a business, trying to better your health, I think that this will definitely help out a ton. And so what's up, Amy? What's up, Adalia? Let me know as you're tuning into this Facebook Live. Just say hello. And all I ask for, like I always say, is, if you find value in this, please share it. Again, none of this information is mine. It's stuff that I've learned. It's stuff that I've also put to the test. It's stuff that I've used on my own and have created results for myself in my life. And hey, what's up, Helen? Shout out to the UK. Crystal again, Idalia again, Amy, what's up, girl? It's always good to get in touch with you all again on Facebook. Repping the Facebook colors, I suppose, today. But anyway, so I'm going to kick it off, and I'm going to talk about something that's very, very simple. But I'm going to kind of reference it to various different things, because I think it could help out a lot of people, whether you're trying to even have a better Christmas this year, trying to figure out how can I afford Christmas, how can I break records in my company, how can I get into better health, better shape, and all that. It all comes down to this right here, and it's all written down, so I'm going to be kind of referencing a lot of things, looking down at a piece of paper. What's up, Sarah? And so if you find value in this, please share it with your teams, tag your teams, whatever you got to do. Either way, love you all. So let's kick it off. The first thing I want to talk about is the simplicity in your daily routine. It's a simplicity in what you're going to do every single day to go out there and do the things that you really want to do in your life. Obviously, if we realize the number one thing that'll help us get to wherever we want in life is really just the choices that we make every single day. What's up, Crystal? What's up, Jade? Hey, Sarah again. So let's kick this off. I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay, now this I got from Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy is one of my greatest mentors. I got a chance to meet him a few years ago, and he's just always been someone that I've looked up to because it's realness. It's not voodoo. It's not hype. It's just realness, what it really takes to get you there. So let's talk about two people. Okay, let's talk about a guy named Bob, and let's talk about a guy named Larry. Okay, Bob and Larry. And Bob and Larry both have the same job. They work for the same boss. For the same company. They both are married. They both have kids. They both own a home. They both drive similar cars. They both look about the same. They're both in the same current situation in life. Sound familiar? A lot of us are in the same situation in life as most people, and we sit there and wonder why some are breaking records and why some aren't. So let me break it down to you. Okay, so let's talk about Bob. Bob and Larry are in the same circumstances in life today. And Bob decides that he's going to start doing something different every single day. He's going to start doing things a little bit differently every single day. What's up, Sonia? So he's going to start doing something different every single day just to better his circumstances. He's not going to do anything drastic. He's going to do it very, very simple. So what does Bob do? Bob decides to wake up in the morning, and instead of looking at his phone, scrolling through Facebook, looking at the news, or logging or getting online or turning on the TV to see what news is happening in the world, instead of doing that, he decides that every single morning he's going to wake up, and the very first thing that he's going to do is he's going to read 10 pages of a good book. Just 10 pages. And literally, it probably takes most people 30 seconds to read one page. So literally, he's deciding to change just 5 minutes of his life, where now he's going to start to read 10 pages of a good book every single day. That's it. Just in the morning. Boom, knock it out. He's also going to decide that on his way to work, instead of listening to Skrillex, instead of listening to Drake, he's going to now start listening to just positive audio, something that enriches his mind. He's going to start to feed his mind good stuff. So maybe on his way to work, maybe it only takes him 10 minutes to get there. He's not changing the car he's driving. He's not changing anything other than what's playing on the radio. He's now going to listen into something positive. Okay, then what he's going to do is he's going to cut out 125 calories from his diet every single day. Just 125 calories. Now, for a lot of people, 125 calories is like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. Even my mind was like, whoa, that's a ton, but really it's not. 125 calories off your diet literally means like a small bowl of cereal, or it means half of a candy bar. It's not like this huge diet change. And now he's also gonna decide to drink 2 bottled waters every single day. And what he's also gonna do, which is something that I love, is when work is over, he's going to squeeze in 2 more calls before he clocks out of work. Before he clocks out, he's just going to make 2 more phone calls. Just 2 quick little phone calls. Thanks so much, Rebecca. Thanks, Kara. What's up? Helen, Mickey, Sonia. Hey, if you find value in this, share it. So now Larry, what Larry's going to do is he's going to munch on more goodies throughout the day. He's going to, take 30 minutes to make his cup of coffee at work. He's going to listen to Drake or Skrillex on his way to work. He's going to, as soon as it's 5 o'clock, boom, he's out. He's out of there, right? He's looking for the best way possible to do the least amount of work, at work, just to get by. And he's going to give his spouse the cold shoulder every now and then. He's going to ignore his wife, just not all the time, just maybe a couple times a month. He's going to ignore his wife a little bit. Nothing crazy. But Bob is going to have a date night with his wife every week, right? So 2 guys, both married, same job, same circumstances, but Bob is doing something a little bit different. Now, here's the thing. 5 months into it, everything is exactly the same. 5 months into it, Bob and Larry, still the same thing, still, all good. 5 more months goes by, so a total of 10 months goes by, and it's still the same. And Bob is asking himself, why are we still at the same level if I'm reading good books, if I'm listening to positive audio, if I'm cutting 125 calories off my diet every single day, if I'm taking my wife on a date every single week, but they're still at the same place. So 20 months goes by, okay, not 10 months, but 20 months goes by, and now you're starting to notice that Larry's belly is getting bigger. His pants aren't fitting as much anymore. Maybe he's gonna have to put like one of his wife's, hair bands to make it stretch a little bit. Been there, done that, I guess. But anyways, he's gonna start to he's starting to notice, he's starting to feel the pressure of life draw upon him, right? But here's the thing. It's not until 27 months later goes by before there's this huge difference, before all of us, so let me give you some stats. So Bob, doing those little things every single day, 27 months later, Bob has read a total of 47 books on success and achievement, okay? So just reading 10 pages of a good book, 27 months later, now Bob has read 47 books on success and achievement. Because he cut out 125 calories off his diet, he's lost 30 pounds. Okay, he's also drank 37 gallons of water because he's been drinking 2 bottled waters every single day for 27 months. His marriage is exciting. We don't have to describe the word exciting in a marriage, right? And because he's made an extra 2 calls every single day before clocking out of work, he's made an extra 1,800 phone calls for the last 27 months. And because he closed 3% of those 1,800 phone calls, he's made an extra $279,000 in the last 24 months, or 27 months. So in 27 months, because he made 2 more phone calls at the end of the day, because he stayed just an extra 15, 20 minutes to make those 2 phone calls, he's made 1,800 extra phone calls. He's made an extra $279,000 in the last 27 months. Okay, 27 months. Larry, let's talk about Larry. Larry has no passion. Larry's overweight. He's bored. His wife is about to leave him because he wasn't producing at work. He was just making coffee all day, and he's clocking out early. He's showing up to work late. His boss is giving him pressure. He's not performing. He's not taking home any commissions. He's not able to pay the mortgage. Now his marriage is even suffering more. Now his wife's about to leave him. He's about to lose his house, his marriage, his kids, his job. He's lost his health. He's probably not too far away from having a heart attack, all because it was just a little bit of difference. It wasn't because he got handed less opportunity than Bob did. It was simply Bob chose to, hey, I'm going to still read, but instead of read my Facebook newsfeed in the morning, I'm going to read 10 pages of a good book. He said, hey, I'm still going to listen to something on my way to work, but it's just going to be something positive, right? he didn't say, hey, I'm going to cut out all sugars, I'm going to cut out all dairy, I'm going to go vegan, I'm only going to eat plants and go on this crazy diet. No, all he did was, I'm going to cut out 125 calories per day, which was have a Snickers bar or a bowl of cereal, and look at the drastic change that happens. Okay, so let me get into this now, because there's more to this. Now, so we all now realize that small negative choices in life, you know, take us down a dark hole, but little positive daily activity takes us to massive success. What's up, Jade? That's right. Hey, and so, so why is this so hard for people to do, right? And I don't mean like people like you all, like even for me, like why is this hard for us to do? And the only reason why it's hard to do is because for the first 10 months, both were doing different activities, but still producing the similar results. Meaning that for the first 10 months, the success that Bob was having was still invisible to him. He maybe still had somewhat of a gut, right? He still maybe was, you know, working on his marriage. He probably still was not making too many sales at work. Because the compound effect doesn't kick in day one. It's called compound effect because it takes time for it to compound, right? And so for the very first 10 months, because the results are nearly invisible, most people quit, right? I hear this all the time in network marketing. Hey, most people do the work to make $1 million. They just don't stick around long enough to collect it, right? Most people do the work to make $1 million. They just don't stick around long enough to collect it. Impatience, right? Lack of vision, no clarity on the goals that we're going after in life, and especially no commitment to the long term. We always say, hey, 5 years goes by anyways, but shoot, 5 minutes of saying that, we're bored already, right? Because the little success actions that we have to take every day are a little bit boring. It's for all of us, right? Regardless of what network marketing company you're a part of, what product, what service, what comp plan, whatever it is, we're all doing the same thing every single day. It's just the little things of reaching out to people, following up to people, whatever it is, right? So let me give you guys an example because this is pretty cool because this is what I started to do. So I'm going to give you an example of how the compound effect can work, not just for business, but just like right now it's September. So we have October, November, December. We have 3 months until it's Christmas, okay? So, you know, you hear this term a lot of people are like, people don't have the best Christmas because they're the last minute Christmas shoppers, right? Which again, if that's you, it's cool. But so there's different, so let me explain what I mean by that. So for example, what I'm doing right now is I'm paying an extra $35 per month on every single bill that I have. So in December, I don't owe anything. I'll be 2 months ahead, right? So like, what if all you did right now was just pay an extra $35 on every single one of your bills in September, an extra $35 in October, an extra $35 in November. Come December, you don't owe anything to anybody, right? Like your Christmas is no pressure. Like the pressure's off. You feel good because you don't have to spend money on your bills. You can just spend money on presents. But, you know, if we don't do that, maybe Christmas comes around and because we didn't budget correctly, maybe we owe all this money to our bills, maybe we're behind on our bills, and now we're trying to figure out how we're going to pay our bills, how we're going to pay the late fees, how we're going to, you know, get money for presents and all that stuff, and it doesn't end up being such a good Christmas. Another example, let's say like you just put an extra $50 away starting this month until December just for Christmas, right? Just for Christmas gifts. So now you get to December, and now you're saying, wow, all of a sudden you don't owe anything to anybody in December. Maybe you have a few $100s put away, and now you enjoy Christmas a lot more. Like it's more exciting. You're enjoying the holidays. You're taking time to breathe the lights, everything happening around the holidays, right? But a lot of us, we don't do that, and so what happens is December comes along, we owe bills, we're behind on our bills, we haven't budgeted any money to do that, and a lot of us say, hey, I just don't have the money to pay extra on my bills. That's garbage, that's nonsense, it's not true. You're going to spend money today that you don't need to, but that's just what we do sometimes, is we spend our money on unnecessary things, right? And so What I told my wife was, hey, listen, this month and October and November, we're gonna pay more and more so we don't owe anything in December and January, so we're free for 2 months and putting extra money away in an account so that when Christmas comes by, it's like, hey, here's the money for Christmas and we're good to go. And it almost feels like it's not really coming out of your bank account, even though it is, but it almost feels like you cheated the system, but you didn't. You just figured out different ways to do it, right? I'll give you another example. When I had a sales job, I was always producing. I was always making sales. I was always on the phone. And the reason why was because I chose not to go out to lunch or make myself coffee or what I decided to do was that I was going to make 300 calls per day regardless of what was going to happen. I was going to make 300 calls per day. I wasn't focused on the sell. I wasn't focused on anything other than I was just going to do 300 calls a day. And if I was reaching out to 300 people per day, in 5 days, I don't know how many people that is, but that's a lot of people. And I was always producing. I was always getting nice checks. I was always at the top of the sales board. I was always like, it was just awesome because, and it wasn't that, there was other salesmen that had more sales ability, more likability, but I was just that guy that, hey, I was on the phone and I was dialing and I was making 300 calls per day. Come heck or high water, I was just doing that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So therefore, at the end of the week, I was producing results, okay? So that is the secret, okay? That is the secret, number one. Now, Richard Brooke, the author of, the 4-Year Career and the author of Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire, which are 2 books that you should definitely get. He talks about like a little formula, and this is what I want to share with you because I saw this on the webinar that he did, but he said, this is all it takes, okay, like for reals. Like this is, if you think about these numbers and how easy it is to do, especially in our profession, you'll begin to realize that the hardest thing for you is going to be how long you can delay your gratification. How long can you go without really getting to that pinnacle? Or are you just going to be the person that says, hey, I quit, I'm done, I'm sorry, like it just didn't work out for me, 6 months in, I'm not rich, hey, cool, not for me, whatever it is. But so here it is. Number 1 is this: 7 invites per day or per week, meaning one invite per day, Monday through Sunday, meaning that all you're doing is getting on Facebook Messenger or picking up the phone and saying, hey, I got something I want to share with you. Are you open to taking a look at something, right? Whatever your invite is, something very simple. Just literally, how long did that take me to do? Not long, 3-4 seconds at most. Just do that once a day, Monday through Sunday. So just 7 invites a week. Based on the numbers, out of those 7 reach outs that you do, you're going to have 2 people that say, sure, show me what it is. Like I got nothing better to do with my life, so sure, show me what it is. So out of 7 invites for the week, 2 people said, yeah, sure, I'll take a look. Okay, so now you have 2, 4, 6, 8 people in a month that are looking at your business, and out of those, 3 people enroll for the month. Okay, so 3 people enroll for the month. So you did 7 invites per week, 2 people accepted the invitation, and 3 people in the whole month enrolled into your business. Okay, and you did that for 12 months, and you did that for 12 months. You have 36 people that you've personally enrolled into your business, like you've personally sponsored 36 distributors into your personal network marketing company. Now, what did Jordan Adler teach us in the book Beach Money, which, by the way, shout out to Jordan. He just rewrote Beach Money, and he's also got a new part number 2 coming out in January. So go on Amazon, you can buy it right now. But based on the numbers, right, there's a chapter that says the numbers don't lie. Out of 30 people, 10 will do nothing, 10 will do a little bit, 7 or 8 might do a little bit more. But typically out of 30, you're going to find 1 or 2 that build you a big team. So 12 months later, you've sponsored 36 people. And out of those 36 people, what if 33 people quit, but only 3 people stayed? And those 3 people are now because of the sales that are being produced from the product sales, you're now generating an income of $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 per month. Now, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed, or I'm not saying that you're going to go off and make $10,000 a month in 12 months. You should have like the 4-year career mentality of like, hey, it'll take me 4 years, but at the end of the 4 years, I'm making X amount of income. I'm financially free. But that's the numbers right there. 7 invites per week, 2 say yes, 3 enroll in a month. After 12 months, 36 people you personally sponsored. Out of those 36 in a year, 33 quit, but 3 stayed, and those 3 are now producing you a sales volume that's generating you to fire your boss, to create wealth, to do some investments, to just live a life of freedom. That's really all it takes. And so anyways, my message today was just like, try to simplify the process. I think that we're so caught up in so many things day in and day out. When I listen to something like this, I'm like, my gosh, it's so crazy how easy success is. When you really think about how easy it is, like how easy is it to talk to one person a day about something that could change their lives? Instead of, I'm sure y'all talk to 10 people a day about something negative, right? Or whatever it is. Like how hard is it to just reach out to someone and say, hey, take a look at this. Like, this has got me excited, right? Or how hard is it to say, hey, instead of pressing play on Drake, I'm going to go press play on Zig Ziglar, on Napoleon Hill, right? On Jordan Adler, on Richard Brooke, or all these things, right? How hard is it to say, hey, instead of turning on the TV every day, I'm just going to read 10 pages of a good book and, just see what happens and test it out. Like, test it out. See what happens to you if you just follow this simple formula every single day for 365 days. 99% of people out there don't even do it for 90 days, and it's the truth. You can look back. I can look back at my last 90 days and everything that I've done, that I've been working towards, and I can't say that I've been on top of it every single day. You miss certain days. But what if you did it for 365 days and you were guaranteed like financial wealth? You were guaranteed fitness. You were guaranteed good health. I mean, you wouldn't hesitate. But that's the reality is, it's just the simplicity. So my challenge for you all today is take out a piece of paper and put like a positive and a negative, draw a line in the middle, and write out some things that you feel like you're doing that are maybe taking you down like a negative spiral, right? Like you're not real, it's not serving you. And then next to it, write things that you could replace it with, because it's like what they say, you can't just get rid of a habit, you have to replace that habit, right? So still listen to something, but listen to positive. Still read stuff, but don't let it be just gossip on Facebook. Read something positive, right? Hey, still eat, but like eat fruits and vegetables. Don't eat Twinkies and donuts. And it's like what Jim Rohn says, hey, donuts aren't bad, but the problem is when you eat more donuts than you read books, right? So that's the truth. That's all in the simplicity. Compound effect. Shout out to Darren Hardy for your career. Mach 2 with your hair on fire. Shout out to Richard Brooke and Beach Money. Big shout out to Jordan Adler, someone that's influenced my life tremendously. So with that, you all, if you find value in this, apply it to your network marketing business. Share it with your team. Share it on your walls. And I'll see you in the next life. Take care.